It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Star Newspapers. We are live here at the Coach's Corner Family Sports Bar and Grill, 143rd and 82nd Avenue in Orland Park. Doubleheader, Monday Night Football. We're taping. Exciting stuff. Great show for you tonight. Chicago Christian varsity football coach Mark VanderKooi, who also doubles up as the athletic director at Chicago Christian High School in Palos Heights. Also, want to mention, check us out 24/7 online, www.coachescornershow.com. 24/7, no tin cup and a monkey, video, you get to see our guests. It's all good. It's all good on the Coach's Corner Show. All right, we're going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. When we return, we will have on Mark VanderKooi, athletic director / football coach, Chicago Christian High School. Stay tuned.
From a mouth-watering pizza to a stomach-pleasing Italian beef sandwich, you'll never have to worry about going home hungry from Beggar's Pizza. Our meals are prepared with the finest ingredients available, tastefully seasoned in the culinary traditions of Northern Italy. Whether it's your team's victory bash, a birthday party, or just a nice night out of the kitchen, check out our extensive menu featuring pasta, salads, appetizers, dinners, sandwiches, and of course, pizza. Enjoy a great Beggar's Pizza at home or dine in at one of our many suburban locations.
Having a birthday party, holiday party, or good old-fashioned block party? Then call Fair Share Amusement Company. We rent CD jukeboxes, Golden Tee, Megatouch, and many other coin-operated video games to help make your party more fun. We deliver the machines to your house the day before the event and we'll pick up the day after at no extra charge. Fair Share Amusement Company is one of the leading suppliers of jukeboxes and games to taverns and restaurants in the Southtown area. So let Fair Share help you make more money with the latest equipment available. Call them at 773-445-9955.
If you're looking for a great place to eat with the family or to hang out with the gang, then you have to get to the Coach's Corner. You will love our extensive menu featuring burgers, shrimp, and our famous jumbo chicken wings. So whether you're playing darts, Golden Tee, sitting at the bar, or watching the game on any of our 19 TVs, you'll have a great time. So get to the Coach's Corner Family Sports Bar and Grill at 143rd Street and 82nd Avenue in Orland Park, where there's fun for the entire family.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show. If you're just joining us, I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Star Newspaper, and our guest this week, Mark VanderKooi, Chicago Christian football coach. What's up, Mark?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on board here. Let me tell the good people a little bit about the Knights. 5 straight private school league titles, all 5 during your tenure. That's a pretty impressive streak, right? 5 years, 5 straight private school league titles. We're going to make it 6. And 7 straight playoff appearances, shooting for 8. And, man, you got it really going on over there, Mark.
Things are going well. We got just great kids, and they got great work ethics, so we're pretty excited.
Yep. Nice one last week. You travel up to Lake Forest Academy. Always nice to beat those North Suburban schools, isn't it? And you crushed the Academy 56-0. Boy, you guys just had another great game, and offensively, you can't ask for a better performance. Even though I talked to Mike Davies, our reporter who was out there. He said you found a couple things wrong with the victory.
Well, we had 8 penalties in the first half, and I told the kids we've gone 4 weeks before without getting 8 penalties. So that's something we got to improve upon. When we play the real good teams, especially come playoff time, we're gonna have to execute a lot better than we did. So, but with that being said, 56-0. Our backups went on a nice scoring drive. We returned an interception for a touchdown. And so, it's hard to be too disappointed.
Right, yeah. And you're 3-0, I should mention to folks. You're 3-0. Your quarterback, Alex Hahn, 4-year varsity. I think he started as a freshman too, or he played up?
He backed up as a freshman, but he got some playing time.
He got some time.
Yep.
So 3-year varsity starter, 4-year varsity member. 3 games, 14 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. All-time career leader in yards passing at the school. Obviously he's got the talent, the skills, but what makes this kid such a special player?
Well, I think there's 2 things. Number 1 is work ethic, and then the second thing is just his decision making. He makes great decisions. But in regards to his work ethic, and he's our star, and the kids have a lot of respect for him. But no one really notices behind the scenes how much work, how much time he puts into being a great quarterback. He spends a lot of time with his quarterback coach Jeff Christensen in the off season. He spends a lot of time with me watching film, weight room, core training. He really works hard. And the second thing is, career-wise, he has 49 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. One in his first throw as a high school football player. 2 interceptions in his first game as a starter as a sophomore. So when you look at it, 49 touchdown passes versus 6 interceptions.
Wow.
He makes great decisions. He sees the field well, and he's just a great leader. He treats his teammates well. He knows how to get those kids to play hard. They rally around him. So he's a special player.
Yep, and we were talking prior to taping, and you said that he's getting some interest, and he's the type of kid. I mean, he's going to thrive no matter what situation you put him in because he is a high character kid, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think he's a 1AA, an Air Force type player, and he can play football at that level, and then he's a great kid, and so that's going to help.
All right, well, I got to give you your props. Tiny Chicago Christian and Palos Heights, a 400 and something?
405.
405 student body. Tinley Park High School, double your enrollment. Just like last year against Bremen, you knocked off the Titans in week 2, 27-6. I had Nick Johnson on that week, and he said, a lot of respect for Chicago Christian, what you guys have accomplished, and man, I mean that's just a huge victory for you. And what does it mean for your program? I mean, to be able to beat these bigger schools like a Bremen and now at Tinley Park.
Well, yeah, first of all, Tinley Park's a well-coached football team, and so we got a lot of respect for them. So to beat them, that's huge. And it's a good thing for our school. It obviously gives our school some publicity and lets us, the community know that we can compete with those bigger schools. And so it was an exciting win. There's always a lot of energy that goes involved with those type of victories. So.
Yeah, and you got a 2-year contract with them, so you're playing them next year, right, at Tinley?
We go to their place next year.
Nice. And that's something that's good. You're playing a local school because a lot of your conference, private school, you're up in Rockford. I know Lake Forest isn't in your conference, but travel up to Lake Forest Academy, the Luther South, Luther North. So it's good to have a nice hometown rivalry. We'd like to establish something like that, especially if you keep winning, right?
It is fun. It's a bigger crowd. It's a playoff type atmosphere, and we like that David versus Goliath role, and so it was a nice win for us. So we hope to continue that.
Yep. Now, talking to you prior to the season starting, you were a little concerned about the inexperience at the skill positions, but first 3 games, 40 points, 27 points, 56 points. How big of a surprise has this been for you? I mean, the offense, just hitting on all cylinders like this, Mark.
It's been a pleasant surprise. We knew we had the talent, but it just wasn't proven on the varsity level. So going in, you think, hey, we can probably get it done, but you just don't know. So we've had some incredible success with some kids who've really stepped up. Andy Stursma, a junior for us, had a great week 1 and 2. Well, Lake Forest Academy, we're committing 2 to 3 guys, and then a kid like Matt Hall steps up and has 9 catches, 200 yards. We got other guys, Scott Gilman, Kevin Drenth, Dan Merrick, Chris Wolf. We just got 5 or 6 guys who can really catch the football, and so that's been a pleasant surprise. Our offensive line, we put in a new blocking scheme this off season, and our coach Mike Otto, our offensive line coach, did a phenomenal job installing that, and so they're doing things great. So we're very excited.
And a kid like Drenth, I know he 2 interceptions, right?
Right.
And he caught a touchdown pass. So obviously you got a number of kids going both ways, and I think the big question mark is now you have Han for 4 years. Who is stepping in? Who are you grooming to fill those enormous shoes? Is there someone ready to take it over, or what?
Well, we're not going to put that type of pressure on one kid. As a program, we're going to have to pick up the slack. But we got a freshman quarterback right now who's pretty good, a kid by the name of Jason Vanderline, and we're excited about his future. Yeah. But all of us are going to have to pick up the slack and pull the rope a little bit tighter to pick up for Alex.
Absolutely.
Some of those other seniors will lose.
All right, we're going to go to a RZA Car Group timeout. When we return, we'll be back with more from Coach VanderKooi, so stay tuned.
RZACars.com. Looking for a new Chevy? Shop online. The best Chevy selections and the biggest Chevy savings.
You'll find a car you want at RZACars.com. RZACars.com.
RZACars.com. Looking for a new Ford? Shop online. The name that sells the most Fords in Illinois.
You'll find a car you want at RZACars.com. RZACars.com.
For the best high school and local sports coverage in the Southland, turn to the Star newspapers. With a 106-year tradition, their award-winning team of writers and columnists cover what you care about. Whether it's the highly competitive prep football scene or the intensity of travel softball, the Star has all the bases covered.
Hi, I'm Pat Disabato from the Star Newspapers, here to talk to you about my friends at Lisa Thomas Salon. With 45 stylists at 2 locations, Lisa Thomas Salons are the perfect solution for the entire family. Their emphasis on current trends means the most up-to-date styles and products are available right in your neighborhood. Lisa Thomas's knowledgeable stylists are committed to making you look and feel great. So visit my friends at Lisa Thomas Salon on 84th Avenue in Tinley Park or 143rd Street in Orland Park. You'll be glad you did. Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner show. If you're just joining us, our guest, Coach Mark VanderKooi, Chicago Christian football team. Beautiful campus in Palos Heights, right on Route 83. All right, Mark. I know 9-0 last year, and then first round in the playoffs, you guys get knocked off. How disappointing was that for you? And what are you trying to do here to try and establish some sort of momentum and get a little of a run going in the postseason?
Yeah, it was a disappointing loss. We really had a good football team last year and just a great senior class, just great kids who worked so hard. And then we went into the playoff game and we were minus our quarterback and a couple other injuries. And so it was a tough loss nonetheless, a game we should have won. And so, this offseason we really decided we needed to change offenses. Physically, when we get multiplied up to 4A, those are bigger, stronger schools than us. And so we figured we got to spread teams out and use our athletic ability a little bit more. So that was the biggest thing this offseason is we went from our wing offense to a spread offense. And so hopefully that's going to keep us healthy, and hopefully come playoff time we're going to be able to utilize that offense and put defenses in a bad spot. We also worked really hard in the weight room this offseason. We kind of had gotten away from power cleaning, and so we're getting back to the nuts and bolts of what we need to do in the offseason. Our kids worked incredibly hard, so physically, hopefully over the long haul, we're going to be better in shape. So those are the two things we're really working on, and the kids are aware of the situation last year being 9-0 and then losing the first round of the playoffs. They have high expectations, so they're pushing themselves hard as well and really trying to put ourselves in a spot where we're a real good football team in October and hopefully November.
Yep, and the multiplier, Mark, and I was an advocate of the multiplier just based on the 5 and 6As, the Mount Carmels, the Joliet Catholics. I think they needed to move up and play 7A and 8A because they were just dominant. I mentioned Providence too. These guys just dominated. But where it was a little bit of a negative is for a school like yours. You guys getting hit with that multiplier isn't really fair. It's tough on the smaller schools, but I think beating at Tinley Park, like you beat Bremen last year, obviously a huge confidence boost. Your kids play a little bit of a bigger school now in that first round, second round, third round of the postseason. They've got the confidence that, hey, we can beat them. We beat these teams, and they know they can do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No one's a fan of the multiplier. It doesn't help us, but the reality is that's what it is. Yeah. And so we got to put ourselves in a spot where we have success despite circumstances that we can't control. And so, that's why we want to play a Marengo School of 1,000 week 1 and Tinley Park School of 1,200, 1,300 week 2 to get ourselves set for those playoff runs.
Yep. So what do you think it's going to take? To get a little bit of a run going, what do you think you need to do other than to stay healthy? And now you got a different offense, so and that double wing, everyone and their mother's using that double wing now. It used to be a gimmick offense, but now, I think opposing teams have become familiar with it. So what do you think the biggest key is for the Knights?
Well, you hit it. We have to be healthy. Alex Hahn was injured in our playoff game last year, and so not to use that as an excuse, we still should have won that ball game. But I think being healthy is the biggest key going into the playoffs. And then this offense puts a lot of pressure on people. And hopefully, like I said, in October, we're clicking and we're finding seams and defenses, and that I think that's going to carry us over the top. And we got to play great defense, which we tend to do at Chicago Christian. We're going to stay in ball games because our defense is going to keep us in it. But the key is going to be the offense clicking.
Yeah. Okay. The great thing about Chicago Christian is that, the faces change, but the names don't a lot. One Sturzma graduate, here comes another one. Andy. One Merrick graduates, here comes another Merrick. So, and this is Dan Merrick. So, it's pretty nice, to have that type of I don't know what you want to call it, but I mean, they had these kids just coming in, familiar with the program, and is there pressure though on these kids? I mean, like American as Thursday, I mean, their brothers who had such great careers at Chicago Christian. Do you think these kids feel pressure or what?
Probably self-induced. It's only natural, but they're just different kids. And the Stursman Merrick family has been tremendous. I mean, they've been great football players for us, and Dan and Andy are no exception. But Dan's a different player than his older brother John was, and really Dan, he's the best linebacker I've coached there at Chicago Christian 6 years. And then on offense, you know, he doesn't carry the ball as much as John does, but he is so consistent in his blocking scheme. And then Andy, you know, he's just a great kid, just a soft-spoken, good kid who just works hard, and so it's great to see him having success. We don't put pressure on them. They're different kids than their older brothers, but it's only natural that they probably see what the older brothers set as a bar and try to attain it.
Exactly. Now you're also the athletic director, and how is the athletic department overall? You guys big fall season here or what?
Yeah, things are going great. Our volleyball team is off to a great start. They're 7-1. They just won the Timothy Westmont tournament and just beat Shepherd the other day, and they are fun to watch. I mean, they really get after it. And so they're doing well. Our golf team, Sam Bentonardi, he shot a 5-under the other day, and so we expect big things out of our golf team. Hopefully a nice run to state. We're building a new gymnasium with a new weight room on campus, so there's a lot of positive things going on. We got a new principal, Eric Elfson, who is very sports-minded and just...
That's always a good thing.
You bet. and so he has great vision for the school, so it's an exciting time to be at Chicago Christian.
Great. And now you have Luther South Saturday, but the big games, obviously week 5, Aurora Christian, they're fairly loaded, and obviously Walter Lutheran, that's in week 9. It's like an Ohio State-Michigan sort of thing this year. How do you see this thing unfolding for you in a private school league?
Well, it's a tough league. Everyone's gotten so much better. Aurora Christian they only graduated one, started from last year's program. They got a quarterback who's being touted as a Division I kid. Got great team speed. That's going to be a tough ball game for us in week 5. But I told the kids today in our meeting, we got to take it one day at a time. Our goal is to be better tomorrow than we were today, and our goal is to be better Saturday than we were last Saturday. So we're keeping focused on what's in front of us here, and then ultimately, if we don't play well against Luther South, it doesn't matter what we do against Aurora Christian.
Right.
You know, we got to make sure we play well against Luther South. So our goal is to put one foot in front of the other and get through this week. But Aurora, Walther, they're going to be tough teams. It's a fun year to play because we're going to be competitive and we're going to have a chance to win those ball games if we play well. But they're good teams and they're going to press us.
Yep. And one final thing, my buddy Kevin Pittman. He has a son over there or what? Is
he
his
does.
son over there? Was he a sophomore?
He's
I think,
a sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yes.
What's he with? Little hoops, little baseball, or what?
Yeah, no, he's playing. He's golfing and he's playing some basketball for us. So I've always told him, come on, play defensive back for us. And
Won't
he
do it.
He always says he will, but he doesn't show up. So
man.
he's a good kid, and Kevin's a great guy, and really did a nice job with our program last year, and so really pulled out a lot out of those kids.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no baseball, or is he a baseball kid too?
Kevin does not. His son does not play baseball.
No, huh?
No.
Oh my God,
he grew up as a baseball player.
Yeah, that
but
Pittman lineage, man. Those guys are baseball players
They
and
are.
hoopsters. But
Yep.
good. Tell him I said hi.
I'll
please,
do
will you?
that. I'll do that.
All right, Mark. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you
Thanks
coming
for
on board,
having me.
man. And good luck the rest of the season here. I think you guys will be in good shape. But you want to win that private school league title. I got a little side wager with some people. I think the Knights are going to come through for me. Okay.
I hope so. We're going to give it our best shot.
All right. We're going to go to a Coach's Corner timeout. When we return, I'll talk about last weekend's game. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for a great place to eat with the family or to hang out with the gang, then you have to get to the Coach's Corner. You will love our extensive menu featuring burgers, shrimp, and our famous jumbo chicken wings. So whether you're playing darts, golden tea, sitting at the bar, or watching the game on any of our 19 TVs, you'll have a great time. So get to the Coach's Corner Family Sports Bar and Grill at 143rd Street and 82nd Avenue in Orland Park, where there's fun for the entire family.
From a mouth-watering pizza to a stomach-pleasing Italian beef sandwich, you'll never have to worry about going home hungry from Beggar's Pizza. Our meals are prepared with the finest ingredients available, tastefully seasoned in the culinary traditions of Northern Italy. Whether it's your team's victory bash, a birthday party, or just a nice night out of the kitchen, check out our extensive menu featuring pasta, salads, appetizers, dinners, sandwiches, and of course, pizza. Enjoy a great Beggar's Pizza at home or dine in at one of our many suburban locations.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show. Again, I'd like to thank Chicago Christian varsity football coach, athletic director Mark VanderKooi for being our guest this week. Good luck to the Knights the rest of the way. All right, let's go to the scoreboard. Right off the bat, big Catholic League battle. Mount Carmel 35, Providence Catholic 14. For Providence, Tom Berry 11 of 23, 136 yards. Jason Vollmer 3 catches, 83 yards and a score. Sean Lindblom had a 77-yard touchdown run. For Mount Carmel, the Mighty Caravan, Jordan Lynch 10 of 12, 165 yards. Also rushed 14 times for 77 yards. Edwin Williams had a 5-yard TD run, and Denzel Thompson a 43-yard touchdown run for the Caravan. Sandburg off the Schneid, 35-0 victory over District 230 rival Stag. Congratulations to Dave Wierzall, first coaching victory at Sandburg. For Sandburg, the return of Jack Schroeder, big, 7 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Ryan Salerno had 2 45-yard field goals. Tony Stramaglio, 2-yard TD run. Tom Bendel hit John Grusho with a 14-yard TD pass for the Eagles. When he gets shut out like Stag did, not many highlights, folks. Chicago Christian 56, Lake Forest Academy 0. For Chicago Christian, Alex Hahn 14 of 25 for 281 yards and 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. Matt Hall 9 catches, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kevin Drenth, 2 interceptions plus a TD, and Dan Shaver had 9 tackles to spearhead a defense that put up the big goose egg. HF 21, Lockport 14. HF, that would stand for Homeland Flossmoor for you illiterates out there. For Homeland Flossmoor, Mark Franklin, 151 yards rushing, couple scores. Russell Ellington, a 12-yard TD run. For Lockport, Greg Gonsolin, 116 yards rushing. Eric Pulva, a 95-yard kickoff return for a score. Big win for HF. After that season opening loss to Marion Catholic, they've won 2 straight, and they have Sandburg this week. Battle of the TFs. TF South 35, TF North 21. For TF North, Shannon Weinsberry, 8-yard TD run. Julian Hopkins hit Marcus Delaney with a 9-yard touchdown pass. What? I do have. I skipped the TF North. That was a mistake on my part. But for TF South, there's only one stat to be had. Rob Gafford, 169 yards rushing, 5 touchdown runs. That's all that needs to be said about TF South. And kudos to that offensive line because you had to provide the space for Mr. Gafford to run through. So don't have your names on. All right. Eisenhower, the beloved alma mater, 12. Bremen, 10. For Bremen, Josh Tashira, 27-yard field goal. Yomi Adekajamo, 2-yard TD run. How do you like that for some hooked on phonics? And Josh Arnold, 6 catches, 60 yards for the beloved. Josh Rodriguez, 14 carries, 92 yards and a score. Daryl Edmondson, 9 carries, 68 yards and a score. Will Lloyd, 2 interceptions. Big thing here. Travis Moore, head coach at Eisenhower, wife delivered a baby boy Saturday morning. So congratulations to the Moore family. And my Cardinals, lights went out. You got to get a whole new light standards. And what they're doing is they got the portable lights. So a little bit generic, but they'll get through the season. And this Saturday, Eisenhower Alumni Golf Outing. That's going to be just a little bit of fun at the Meadows in Blue Island. All right, big game of the week game I was at. Richards 21, Oak Forest 0. For Oak Forest, Bobby Walsh had 87 yards rushing. For Richards, Matt Angelotti, he's a Paisan. He had 3 sacks, 9 tackles. Lamar Harvey, 24 carries, 125 yards, and a score. Sean Prattle, touchdown reception. Ryan Wint, touchdown reception for the Bulldogs. I'm going to give Mr. Angelotti a little heads up here. When you wake up Thursday morning and you pick up that star, you will be one of our players of the week. All right, Hillcrest 29, Revis 6. See, Ernie Sutton comes on the show last week. I get him off the schneid after losing last week. He wins this week. So Hawks 2-1. For Hillcrest, Ryan Childs, 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. Cordero Hunter, 67-yard TD run. Larry Shelton, 30-yard TD run. And Eric Doxey, 3-yard TD run for the Hawks. Argo 41, Tinley Park 35. For Tinley Park, Kyle Rodriguez. I got to give a shout-out to his old man, Bean Rodriguez, one of my boys growing up. Kid 8 of 17, 115 yards and a touchdown pass. Also rushed for 4 touchdowns. Kyle Rodriguez, I'm going to give you a little heads up, too. When you wake up Thursday morning, you pick up that star, you're going to be a player of the week. So you and Mr. Anzalotti, share those honors. For Argo, Bobby Pettis, 292 yards rushing, 3 TDs. Jack Moses, 77-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Okay, we're going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. When we return, high and oh so tight. Stay tuned.
Are you looking for just the right hairstyle? Then come to Lisa Thomas Salon. We've been providing the finest in hair, body, nail, and skincare for over 15 years. Our emphasis on current trends and continuing education means the most up-to-date styles and products are available right in your neighborhood. Our knowledgeable stylists are committed to making you look and feel great. Visit Lisa Thomas Salon today on 84th Avenue in Tinley Park or 143rd Street in Orland Park. You'll be glad you did.
RizaCars.com. Looking for a new Chevy? Shop online. The best Chevy selections and the biggest Chevy savings.
You'll find a car you want at RizaCars.com. RizaCars.com.
RizaCars.com. Looking for a new Ford? Shop online. The name that sells the most Fords in Illinois.
Find a car you want at RizaCars.com. RizaCars.com.
For the best high school and local sports coverage in the Southland, turn to the Star newspapers. With a 106-year tradition, their award-winning team of writers and columnists cover what you care about. Whether it's the highly competitive Cup football scene or the intensity of travel softball, the Star has all the bases covered.
All right, welcome back, High and Tight. All right, this is going to be the Chicago Christian version of High and Tight. 1, you public schools in the south suburbs, okay? You have a football coaching vacancy next year? Dial up Mark VanderKooi, Chicago Christian. 5 straight private school league titles, 5 straight years of qualifying the Knights for the playoffs. This guy's the real deal. I don't want to take him from Chicago Christian, but you know what? Some public school deserves Mark VanderKooi. Also, Chicago Christian, kudos to Mark VanderKooi again. They go and play Bremen last year, beat them. They played Tinley Park this year, beat them. Now I'd like to see some of our 5A and 6A schools, I'm not going to mention any names, take on those 7A schools. Instead of playing those Chicago Public League bums and beating the crap out of them, which gets you nothing, play a school a little bit bigger and see what happens. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Get out to a game this week. Richards Lamont, that's the big dog at Lamont, 7 o'clock Friday night. We'll see you next week.
The Coach's Corner Show is brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick. The Coach's Corner Family Sports Bar and Grill, where there's fun for the entire family. Fair Share Amusement, featuring CD jukeboxes, Golden Tea, Mega Touch, and more. Lisa Thomas Salon. Visit us at Lisa Thomas Salon. You'll be glad you did. Riza Cars. You'll find the car you want at RizaCars.com.